Hey guys, welcome to the stream. He needs to go now. He really needs to go now. Our winless run continues. I took the shirt off because I couldn't bother to wear it. Let's see what the other guys think. We've got Chippaz, we've got Danielle in at the minute. Hey guys.
Hi.
What do you think of that shit show?
Chippaz, are you fuming? Can't hear us.
Not happy.
Oh dear. Yeah, it was really, really bad. I mean, there's just nothing in the team, is there? There's just nothing with Bruce, nothing with all these little minions on the side. I'm even getting pissed off with Graham Jones now. Like, just sick of the whole bloody thing, really.
I don't think I actually saw him throughout the entire game.
Yeah, I seen him on the side, pointing and wiggling his finger and that, like he usually does, but I just don't know where we go from here. I mean, obviously the main point is that he needs to go, but is that going to happen? What do you think, Jace?
I think we're stuck with him. We're gonna go down with him. There's no way they're gonna get rid of him. As much as we all want to say that now it's international break, get a shot of him now. Bring someone in. They'll have a good week to work on their own tactics. Get a formula going. Find out who's worthy of playing, who's not. Play players in their actual positions, and be ready for Spurs. But that's not going to happen.
No, I'm dreading Spurs' mind. I'm dreading it. I'm grateful for the international break because at least it's not like 2 weekends that are going to be absolutely wrecked by this club. But other than that, it's the countdown to it all starting again, isn't it? And is Callum Wilson back? And if he is back, how long is he going to be back for? ASM is doing his usual stuff today, and I don't know how he moves coming out dressed like that when he comes out dressed like a mummy. I mean, what the hell is that all about? I just can't. I mean, even Steve Bruce and what he's got to say. I mean, we'll just keep working away. At what though? What exactly have you been working on in the past? Because I can't see any of it. He's probably getting himself on a nice Jet 2 plane on Monday morning or off somewhere else for another couple of weeks.
It would not surprise me. And he has the sense to come out and say at the end of the match, "Oh, it could have gone either way."
No.
Yeah, it didn't go either way. It went one way, the same as it's gone for every other team this season, and we're still looking for that first win.
We didn't deserve nothing from that game today. We deserved to get beat. I'm glad I was at work. I'm glad I've just seen an hour's worth of highlights, and that was enough for me. I'm glad I didn't watch it all. Because frankly, it was embarrassing. That the highlights were embarrassing to watch. I just don't get why he started with a back four, then within a few minutes puts it to a back five. I mean,
we was amazing for the first 3 minutes.
Right, Kane's back in defence.
For the first 3 minutes, we was amazing, and then next minute, Wolves are on top of us. It's the moment that Wolves went 1-0 up, he goes straight back to 5 at the back.
And Wolves are a poor team. This isn't Wolves we're talking about from, in Nuno's time and stuff. This is a poorer Wolves team, should I say? Not really. And I just thought we've got nothing at all. Bloody Jeff Hendrick scores a goal. Big whoop-de-doo. I couldn't give a shit about Jeff Hendrick at all. The guy is a terrible footballer. And I'm just not joining that party. And another thing, while I'm on a rant, why are people calling Joe Linton J7?
Oh.
Why is that happening? Are we not embarrassed enough with what's on that pitch? But being fair to Joe Linton, he had an all right game, to be fair, today. He played all right, but that's all right to Joe Linton's standard, isn't it? It's not all right compared to other Premier League players.
Why does he keep playing him? He offers nothing though. Going forward, he offered nothing today. Why are you wasting a shirt playing him if he doesn't offer anything going forward when that's what he's paid to do? And then Bruce comes out.
The only thing he actually did was made one decent cross, and that was it. Nothing came of it.
Nah.
And then Bruce comes out and says, well, I feel like you're stuck. Right, go on repeat. So do I want you out. Simple as that. And I've said that from the moment you walked in. I've been stuck right for 2.5 years, mate. Not this season. It's ridiculous.
It's embarrassing.
Like,
That's what it is.
we've got the joint worst defence in the league. Us and Watford have conceded. Us and Norwich have conceded the most goals this season. 16 goals already.
And we sit 19th.
And we're not going to get any higher. That's
No,
that's
no.
where we'll finish this season. That's where I've said we'll finish this season. So, but
It's
yeah,
not even funny anymore, is it? Like, it used to...
people like Luke Edwards will say our manager's better than the ones that we've had, or someone like Graham Potter who's got a team 11 points clear of us in 4th place in the league. And our other previous manager's got Everton 3rd in the league on the same points. But yeah, we've got a better manager apparently.
9th best in the league, apparently.
I have seen that now.
That list of managers in the Premier League.
That's just because he's a Man U fan. It's because he's a Man U fan, that's why.
100%. He was bigging up their players, though, in his post-match comments, wasn't he? I mean, what the hell is that about? Like, what is wrong with you? Are you tapped in the head? Like, are you actually tapped? What is wrong with you? I don't understand. Is he doing it on purpose? Is he doing it for, like, a reaction from us? I don't understand why he's doing it. Is he trying to taunt Ashley or Charlie into doing something about it? Well, they're not, are they? Let's be honest. They couldn't give a toss.
Well, he definitely got a reaction out of us.
Yeah, I know. It's grim. Even John was going to pack it in this afternoon. I couldn't believe it.
Oh, no.
I thought it was the end of the live streams as we knew it.
The end of the weekly watch along.
He would be devastated if he had to do that.
He said he was going to go shopping for 2 hours instead. Did you know he's going on holiday, by the way?
Oh, is he?
Yeah,
Where's he going?
He's going to Italy in November.
He's going to Italy, did you not know?
No, he's never mentioned it.
Oh God!
I mean, even Willock's injured now. So
yeah.
But I saw this coming last week when he played him injured. He blatantly played him injured last week. Blatantly did. So how when he played players injured?
No, isn't it? He was holding his hip this time.
It's the fact that Willock went down, and as they were ready in Hendrick, he looked at the bench and thought, "Fuck this! I can still play. I ain't having him come on." So he carried on. So hey, Hendrick had to put his bib back on, but then he realised that he couldn't carry on. I would have liked to have seen Anderson. I don't know why Anderson was named in the squad because he played yesterday.
I was going to say he played yesterday. How was he in 24 hours going to play another game? I mean,
I still would have preferred him to come on just to see the youngster.
Let's see, Paul's already ranted.
Why didn't he just take off?
He's kicking off, wasn't he? Did you see his video? It was brilliant.
Took Willock off. Bring Fraser on. He didn't even get a game.
He brought Gale on for 12 minutes.
He took Mickey off for Gal. Jeez.
He took Manquillo off and put Plum and Murphy in.
So he just put Murphy right back when he didn't have any impetus on attacking.
Yeah.
And he didn't bring Fraser on.
Oh, no. Murphy wasn't being played as right back.
Well, how was he playing him? Just anywhere.
Guess who was
Nobody knew, really. It was just...
Guess who was being played at right back?
Yeah, have a guess.
Isaac Hayden. He's always the scapegoat, isn't he, by Bruce. Just play him centre back, right back. When he's not even that position.
Bruce was playing him as a number 10, and then he moved him back as a right back.
Tell you what, I hope Dubravka can play outfield when he comes back, because he'll be outfielding now.
I know.
The way things are going. Honestly, how are we going to stay up this season? We're just not. With him here, we're just not.
Nah.
5 wins in the last.
I just can't get it in my head though, like how an owner could just not give a shit. Like, I don't understand. I mean, obviously I know why, but I can't get my head round the fact that he's doing jack about this situation. Like, for £4 million, just pay him the money, just give him the money and get rid. Like, This is like, there's no point in doing this cat case. There's no point in going to arbitration if he's going to let that cabbage stay, because we'll be down before it happens anyway. So what's the point? And the Saudis ain't going to come anywhere near us if we're going to be down. So I don't really understand his mentality.
Mike Ashley's only shown any fight for the cat case, anything now else.
Yeah.
I'm kind of with Paul on that one.
Yeah.
It's depressing. I even said on John's channel that it's got to the point where I don't want to watch us play anymore. I've lost all interest in watching us play under him.
I'm really glad I'm at work now rather than watch a play. That's seeing how bad it is. Because what's there to be excited about? Every time we play now, it's a case of how many we're going to get beat by as opposed to how much we're going to win. I mean, how can we be, how can we come on here all full of beans and we're going to turn a corner?
And he'll be buzzing as well, by the way, when he gets on. Because Bristol City won from behind.
Yeah, you'll come on here and you'll come on and defend Bruce.
Yeah, he's definitely not pragmatic.
If he defends Bruce, kick him off.
Sin bin.
Yeah.
At least we've got a couple of weekends off now, though, eh? At least we've got 2 weekends where we don't have to worry about this crap.
Just 2? Can we not have more?
Well, yeah.
No, true.
Where's Bruce going to go this time?
Oh, he'll be going somewhere where they sell kebab anyway, so probably Turkey or something, or Greece or somewhere.
Greece, I was going to say, he'll be away to Greece. Hopefully he loses his passport and gets stuck there or something.
Hopefully someone kidnaps him or holds him to ransom for something and Mike actually doesn't pay him the money. Or
yeah, it's grim.
That's the first, like Jeff Stelling said before the match today, I've just heard it after the match. Oh, he went, Newcastle have never lost at Molineux. Well, there you go, and Steve Bruce has broken another hoodoo. Like, he's breaking everything else. Oh, me.
Yeah.
Joe Owen, I'm not having that. He's still not offering anything in his correct position. Simple as that. What did he do today? Like you said, I've said, what did he do today in his correct position, as Steve Bruce said yesterday?
Made one good cross and then just kept losing the ball as always.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's another thing. Why did he come up with that yesterday when he's been playing Joe Linton as a striker for nearly 2 years, for 3 years nearly? Been playing him as a striker for 3 years, and he said yesterday, oh, well, his favourite position's left wing. What's that all about?
Hey, Dave.
BS.
What do you think of that? What do you think of that shit show, Dave?
What's that, mate?
What do you think of that shit show?
Well, what can you say about it? There's no words. There's no words to describe it.
No.
Where Peter, get on, PD.
Yeah, Pete, do you want to come on?
Paul summed it up in the car. Did you not watch Paul's video?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
He was fucking raging.
I'm past that point now. I'm past the point of why waste me time raging because nothing's going to change. It's pointless getting
I think that was said
angry
in the
about
Chronicle
it.
tonight. I think the Chronicle ran a story saying that the fans are past that stage now of like they're now just accepting it. Like there's no.
I hope to God there's. I hope that.
We're all on it now.
Get yourself outside St James's, David.
What with me little banner?
Yeah, why not? I'll bring mine.
You might get wet. You might. Yours with your dildo on the end of it, are you?
King wants to come on, Jace.
King wants to come on. The King. King. Yeah, I got a message yet. King.
Thing is, you might get a bit wet if you stand out there tonight because it's absolutely peanut doing.
It is. It's lashing it.
But that's literally sums up us at the moment of getting it just damp, nothing, just negative crap.
Miserable.
Shite. Yep, miserable. It literally sums up Steve Bruce's reign at this club. Sums up Mike Ashley's as well.
It does. Yeah.
37 games, only 5 wins.
Do you have to say
Just
it was-
say he's ill. Just
What the
say
hell
he's
is
ill, isn't
that?
it?
What the hell is that stat? What the hell is that? I mean, is nobody watching? Like, why is he still here? Why is he on the bus on the way back, or however he's getting back? Why don't they just kick him out halfway home?
They've just landed. They flew back from Birmingham.
Oh, I bet they did, aye.
So hopefully they left him behind.
There's an ejector seat underneath his chair.
No,
So
hiding up-
as
hiding
soon as
up
they're just flying over the
Hiding
Atlantic,
up
they're just
the
going to
aeroplane,
press it.
They just went, "Doo." Go over the North Sea. "Doo." You'll just see a bob. You'll just see a bob and potato, and the head thing will be his head bobbing in the like a boy in the water. Going,
Hi, Dave. Are you feeling
Hey,
better?
Dave.
hello, David.
Yeah, I'm much better, thanks. Yes, still got a bit of a sore throat, but I'm tons better, thank you.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, even after that performance, you're both better.
Well, it's a fair point, mate. No, I mean it was just an
Oh,
absolute.
here we go.
Hi, Annie. How are you doing,
God,
fella?
man. If he brags tonight, kick him off.
Hello there.
was-
Hello.
I mean, I
Before we
must
start,
admit, when I was listening, I didn't watch it. I was listening to it, and I just thought, oh yeah, we'll go. When they scored, I was amazed. I mean, I haven't seen Henrik's goal, but apparently it was quite a good one. But they went ahead, and we just seemed as if, as ever, we'll go, well, what's it, we've lost, or dear me. I mean, you know, I know one or two was in Paul in particular calls them a monumental bell end or a cabbage seed or whatever it is, but do you know what it is? I'm done. I really am. I'm fed up with the back teeth of it. I can't take the shite anymore. I really can't. I mean, I started supporting them in 1969. I've been a season ticket holder since 1974, and I'm at the lowest ever I've been with this club ever have. It's absolutely diabolical. And the worst of it is, it's just a bloody embarrassment. It really is.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, I've got mates who support all clubs, and even they are saying, "Oh, Dave, you know, it's just not. It's not good enough. It's not right now." Well, it's not. You know, it's absolutely shocking. It really is. I've had enough. I really have.
before we go
What's
any
the matter?
further, I must say thank you to Dave for all the support you've given us over the week. Much appreciated, Dave.
Hey, well, buddy. Hey, well. Yeah, right, fella. What's the matter?
No, I just saw a comment asking if there was any knobbly bobblies, and they just set us off a bit.
All right. I missed that.
I'm trying to be happy in a negative situation.
Yeah.
But you see that what Owen's saying there, that Joe's not better, that for my money, we're saying he's better, but it's a flipping low bar we're setting.
Low ball.
You know, and I mean, you know, I'm 70, Angina, I reckon I could put more effort in than some of them. I couldn't really, but you know what I mean? In my head I could. But it's just
The thing is, what Owen's saying, right? Could he get any worse as to how he's performed over the past 2 years? Because
No.
he's literally been invisible for 2 years.
Yeah.
You know,
Well,
so I'm sorry, Owen, but
yeah, is it not the first time he's actually played him in his right position for a few weeks?
Yeah.
And he's starting to
Yeah.
look as if he's. I mean, you said this the other week, Danielle, that he play players in the right position. I mean, you said it. Was it Paul Shaw, whichever one you're on? You were saying that play them where they should play, where they're good at it, and he doesn't do it.
Well,
I mean, the joke is that when Dubravka or Dummett comes back, you'll have them. You know, you'll have Dummett and goal and Dubravka playing number 9. You know, so. And I love Wilson to bits. He's an absolute brilliant player. He really is. But he's far too injury prone. You know, now I know he's been injury prone a little bit in his other clubs, but not to the extent he's here. And this again, as Daniel said earlier on before I came on, what's the coaches doing? We've said this for 2 years. What on earth are the coaches doing? You know, the number of soft tissue muscle injuries these players get is just ridiculous. What have I said?
No, it's
not you,
something
the
in
music.
the background.
The what? Oh, the noise.
music in the
Oh,
background.
so it is. That's my phone. I'll turn it off. It was Just got an email.
But the thing for me is, what are they doing in training to like get these injuries? Like, they're obviously not training as hard, or they're not training with any sort of conviction. They literally must just be walking when they're training, and that's it. Like, literally, they mustn't break into a sprint even training. They must just literally stroll about.
We've got ice baths. We've got ice bins as baths.
Well, I don't know if that's still the case, but yes.
Chippaz, you know who I'd blame? I'd blame the medical team. Because this medical team, it has a track record.
Who hired them? Steve Bruce. Steve Bruce hired them.
It's Steve Bruce's medical team. It's not the club.
So why isn't he changing it? Why didn't he get rid of them and get some new ones in who could do better?
That I can't explain. That's Steve Bruce, and he can explain.
Fair point, Annie.
But look, it's this injury crisis, which clubs fans of many clubs have labelled for their own team, it's obviously happening with you at the moment because you've got many players out injured who are very important to the first team. I'd blame the medical team. I think Newcastle fans have got such an agenda against Steve Bruce, and the fact that they hate him so much.
Come on, Annie.
No, sorry, not agenda. And the fact that they don't like him. They don't like him that much already because of the results on the pitch.
Yeah.
I think they're blaming him just so they can find another way of blaming him. If you get it, because if I hated my manager and there were injuries on the pitch, I would blame the training. If I didn't hate my manager, I'd blame the medical team. It's a bit of 50-50 for me. I'd blame the medical team. You blame Steve Bruce. They both.
They're all to blame because they're all the reason for this. They are all in it together.
I've never liked him since he managed Sunderland, and
Annie, you said last season when Pearson won a few games, he was good. Then you said when he lost the game a couple of weeks ago, the Derby game, he wasn't that good. So you can't come on here and say what you just said there because you did it with Nigel Pearson.
I can see where Annie's come from. However, what I would say is I was a manager for most of my working life in the last few years. I wasn't, but if things went wrong, the book stopped with me. Didn't matter who made the mistake, the book stopped with me. It was my job to make sure I had the right staff, the right equipment for them to do their job and make things better. And if it didn't do that, if we, didn't make the profits that the bosses wanted, the book stopped with me. And I was the one who got kicked up the arse. I was defending my staff, as much as I ever could, but the book stops with him. However, what I would say is that, and it's a fair point. However, if it's not working, as Chippaz just said, you've got to get shot and get somebody who knows what they're doing. When we had Steve Black playing for us in Houghton's, training us in the latter part of Houghton, the early part of Rafa's time, he was only there for a couple of years, and anyways, we had the fittest squad going. There were properly fit players. We had very few muscle injuries up, but we had injuries for tackles and whatever. But we never had the soft tissue injuries that we're having now. It's ridiculous, and it's more and more players are struggling. And then when you hear things like they're saying that the training schedule is run around Bruce's trips, from home, is that true? I have no idea. But if it is, it's appalling.
I agree. If it is quite astounding because a manager of Steve Bruce's experience at so many clubs, I think should be knowing better than just putting a training schedule to his needs. Because if you want to get the best, because if Newcastle United as a neutral unlock their optimum potential, they will be competing for the top four. Maybe even the title. Depends. Obviously with good players.
Not with this team, but fair point.
Yeah. And with their fan base and stadium, etc. But I think the fact that Steve Bruce doesn't realise the potential that Newcastle Football Club has, I think, is both insulting to fans and both insulting to the club in general. Because if I go into work and I'm like, right, I can't come in on Monday because I've got to meet my friends. That's not going to work. I'm going to be fired on the spot because that's not a good enough reason. It's exactly the same, and I think he's probably lost the plot, hasn't he? He's already lost the plot. He's probably lost the dressing room.
Do you even
He's
have a
definitely
plot?
he's definitely
Well,
not
yeah.
got the he's definitely not got the fans on side. I think he's a dead man walking.
I mean, the thing is, I've mentioned before that I've employed chief executives, and the last one I employed was a few years ago when I was still working, and one of the provisos was that he went and moved from where he lived to within a mile or two of the offices because he lived about 160 miles away. We said that's part of your contract, which was done without any problem at all. I can't get my head around why they're letting Bruce, commute from Cheshire, wherever he lives, the world, up to Newcastle 2 or 3 or 4 days a week. He should be told, I've said this before, you should have a house in the area. Now, his family may not want to move up, fine, I get that. But he should be living here. So he should be doing training 5 days a week. And he should, like everybody else, goes home on a weekend after the match and spends a few days out. Sunday, Monday with your family, and then the rest of the time you're working because they're getting paid a pretty damn lot of money to do what he does, not very well, and it's just not acceptable. I mean, it's. As I say,
Well, he slagged us off. He slagged us off when he was manager of Sunderland, Dave.
Oh yeah, you're right there. Yeah. I
mean, he said this wasn't his dream job, so.
Well, he did it last year when the fans weren't in. He threw us under the bus a couple of times. I remember you saying last year, Chippaz, you were spitting blood and feathers, and rightly so about it. And then he gets his knickers in a twist for that statement a few weeks ago that whoever wrote it, with no idea who did, but it threw him under the bus and the whole ethos of the club going up the league under the bus. And I just think the senior management have given up. They don't care. So why the hell should I care? I do, but tell me why I should care, because I don't think I should anymore.
I literally hope to God for the Spurs game there's next to anybody there, because the players don't deserve to have 40 or 50,000 there. The players, Bruce doesn't deserve it neither. Fortunately, neither does Ashley.
You're right.
Don't deserve it.
Right. I mean, there was a tweet earlier on, I don't know whether you guys saw it, where somebody said Spurs were going to be out there baying for him to be sacked from the minute. Sod the team, which I don't agree with, but I had to say, I see where you come from. The team would be better with somebody else, so let's go for him. And I thought, it goes against the grain for me, but I can see what I got me. It wasn't. It was earlier on, just after the result came through, So, I mean, again, sorry, going to say it's 3 points out of 21. Again, it was the same as it was last year.
Let's just see as well, right? Harry Kane hasn't scored a Premier League goal yet this season. We play Spurs in 2 weeks' time. The rest's history.
Well, yeah, I mean, what was it? Was it 1976 or 79? The last time that Wolves beat us at Molyneux. Sorry, Molyneux. Sorry. But and they hadn't scored a first half goal. And had they not won it at home this season? I don't think they have.
Nah. Only won that first game last week.
You know what's going to happen, don't you? It's an absolute knocking bet.
We've never lost down there since 1977.
77 is it, David? Yeah. Well, so there you go. So what's that? Thick end of bloody 45 years. And you got this cabbage head in charge, and we'll go down and we just capitulate yet again. So
Harry Kane must be sitting there going, like licking his lips for 2 weeks' time. See, like the joint worst defense in the Premier League.
Yeah.
He'll score Harry against us. He's
definitely.
He's nailed on that.
We're second bottom now.
I will be bottom in 2 weeks' time.
Yeah.
Norwich decided to win some games.
Any week can't even beat the teams around us, so it's irrelevant what Norwich do. We can't win.
you know what it is, Chippaz? That's what saved us last year, because setting out the season, we won the games around us and had a couple of fluke wins against higher teams that just switched off, and we managed to scrape the draw. And he's rode his luck for 3 years. Well, this is his 3rd year, but not happen.
Dave,
Sorry, go on, Annie. Sorry, I apologise.
I was just about to say that, to be honest with you, because if you look at what Brighton did last season, look at what Burnley did last season, look at what Newcastle did last season. They all stayed up because they beat Fulham, West Brom, and Sheffield United at least once or twice. Because if you want to stay up in this league, you can't lose to the 3 eventual teams who are going to go down. Because if you do that, you're not going to stay up, because you'll be one of them. And unless you rely on wins against the top 6 or the middle 10, then you are going to go down. Because if you don't win the games against teams like Watford, against teams like Leeds in a bad moment, against Norwich, Brentford, Burnley, whoever it is, you will go down, unfortunately. Yeah. You didn't beat Watford, you didn't beat Leeds, and
you didn't beat anyone.
Now you've lost to Wolves, so it's going to be tough.
Also, Annie, you forgot to mention Southampton as well, because we were winning with 1 minute left of the game, and yet we shot ourselves in the foot with a stupid penalty again.
Yeah, Southampton as well. You've not beaten any of the teams that are supposedly going to be down there, and you expect them to stay up. That's
none of us are expecting us to.
Nah.
I think all of us are resigned to relegation, unfortunately.
We are. We're down.
The only person I think starts to do that we're going to stay up is Steve Bruce. Everybody else seems to have given up.
Well, yeah, right. So, I mean, I think if you look at the last couple of years, when this part of the season, when we said, are there 4 teams worse than us? And the answer was probably. As it turned out, there was one actually scrape up to 10 or whatever it was, 12. I think that's what done with the bad, because actually just thinks we got a 12 with that team and do it again. No, you can't, because other teams have improved. We haven't. But honest question for Jason, if I may, through everybody, do you think there's 3 teams worse than us this year?
Nope.
No.
Because we're one of them.
Oh, yeah.
No. We're all 3 of them.
Yeah.
No.
The bottom 4 for me is how the bottom.
Peter's just put there, with our 5 wins in 37, it gives us a 13.51% win ratio.
Yeah.
For me, the bottom 4 will be the bottom 4 the rest of the season. I think Burnley will get sucked in. It'll be them 5. The rest will.
We all say Burnley will go down at the start of the season. They finish 17th, won't they?
I didn't say they would go down. I said it would be us, Norwich, and Watford.
Most people say Burnley will go down, then they'll finish like 15th. They'll stay up. It's just Burnley because they just have the mentality of staying up.
They always start slow. They always do, but they always finish strongly and have a middle part of the season where they're strong. We just seem to flatline.
Yeah.
Well, you're right. We relied on luck with this man for 2 1/4 seasons. His luck's run out, and he's got to run out. And it was was it you, Danielle Chippaz, had said earlier? Is he going to go on another holiday? Yeah, fine. I got no bother at all. When you go to Barbados and just stop there. Don't bother coming back. Because I mean, is it actually just not wanting to sack him because it's going to cost him £4 million or whatever the cost is? Well, fine. If you don't want to do that, if you don't want to, just stick him upstairs somewhere, and then bring somebody else in, and then just say to Bruce, right, you're in charge of teas and coffees or something. Or
the rubbish. He can be in charge of the rubbish.
Well, yeah.
You know what completely annoys me about all of this, though? Mike Ashley will only cost Steve Bruce $4 million to get sacked. Mike Ashley could be possibly bound to get 300 odd million. So $4 million losing that if he gets that. That's not even a dent in it. So why is he bothering? I mean, he's even had 17 million off PIF up front as well. So where's that he could use to get rid of Bruce?
We know where that's going. that went on Tuesday, and what's coming up in January, So. Did
Ashley's
anybody
back
watch
up
it on Tuesday, by the way? Did you watch it, Jason?
I watched
I watched
it.
Nah, I was struggling to understand it. I just went, what's off social media, mate?
I watched the afternoon. I was in bed
okay.
early on Tuesday morning. I had a couple of hours sleep, but I watched it in the afternoon, and I have to say the bit that I watched, the PL's guy, Premier League's QC, was an absolute dickhead. I mean, really was creation. I shouldn't say that about somebody I don't know, but you just think he just waffled on for, what was it, 4 hours or something?
It was awful. Just quoting, all you did was go through the Premier League rule book and the FA rule book, quoting laws, quoting subsections of this, that, and the other. That was no correlation to anti-competitive behaviour whatsoever.
As I said on John's show on Thursday night, all he did was just try and delay us from having any say in the matter at all. He just wanted to waffle his way through till 4, 5, or 6 o'clock so it can go clear off. We have no say, but that didn't happen because he ran out of everything because he had nothing to throw back at work.
It's bird and bird with tea, just keep kicking the can down the road. But I mean, I have to say near the end where he said, we can't run two cases together, when the chairman of the panel just said, well, you've just said they're almost identical cases, so why can't you do that? His face and his body language was an absolute picture. He didn't know what the hell to say. And when you saw, I can't remember our barrister's name, and obviously Nick DeMarco was there, did you see them laughing? That turned that they were giggling with each other, thinking, well, because you've just shown yourself up for the idiot you are. Sorry, he's not an idiot. He's an incredibly intelligent idiot, but nevertheless. But he just showed himself up, and then when the chairman had a go at him about Hershey's delaying tactics, you could see he was really upset and angry. Well, if you weren't trying to do it, why did you do it? So
the only thing that made me what made me prick my ears up was the fact that they wanted to boot us out the league.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That was I forgot about that. Yeah, terrible.
Wanting to boot us out for a takeover, but yet you've only fined the big £63 million for wanting to leave the league completely and create their own.
Yeah, what's it just about ruin football?
Yep.
In the UK completely. David, you've gone very dark, mate.
Oh no, I was going to say he's got a nice suntan, hasn't he?
Put your light on, man.
He's going to show off. He's got John Sinclair's Colgate, hasn't he? He's going to go.
Look up, Chippaz.
That's what you told.
Next minute, pop out of, hello, ladies.
Hello, ladies.
So there's a question, Jason, from Peter. Would I rather lose 350 million quid or 4 million quid? You've answered your own question, Peter. Absolutely. It's the old speculate to accumulate, isn't it? I mean, you've got an asset that is worth, well, in his eyes, 350 million quid. Currently, PIF at Amanda Sabia's consortium, I think it's worth about that. It's losing money rapidly. I mean, it's probably only worth about 150, 60, maybe 70 million at the minute.
Yeah.
We'll go down 100, 110 at the most. That's, if we go down, he's not going to get that money.
I was going to say, I laugh how he values us at that when we're second bottom in the Premier League.
Let's all be honest here. We all don't know what Newcastle United is worth because we don't know what the net losses has been, net profits. Dear God, what the turnover's been, etc., etc., etc. All of it. We don't know what the cost of I know setting up stores have been, just simple stuff. What they've been adding up to. We all don't know anything about it, but we all can say confidently it's not worth 350 million because it's been run badly by a bad owner who doesn't care. As the manager in charge who's going to take 4 million to get rid of, who's not liked by anyone at the club, to be frank. Backroom staff, players needs a massive turnover in wages and transfer fees. It's going to be an absolute massive rebuild, and I don't think I don't think Mike actually realizes that it's going to take all of those things to actually. What is that lighting?
There he is.
God.
Jesus
Aw.
Christ. That's just John's teeth. That's just John smiling in front of him, that with his teeth.
But
Where is John, by the way?
I'll be watching Strictly, is he?
Oh no!
Oh,
yeah.
God.
Oh God! That's where
Saturday
he
night,
is.
isn't it? So you'll be watching this.
Yeah.
My good
I'll
lady's
watch
watching
watching
it.
it.
Where are you?
I'm taping it.
Oh, what?
Oh, you were watching it as well.
I
Oh
hate
God!
Strictly Mates.
No, I'm
Just
afraid
now.
I'll bail out.
Yeah.
What's going on here? What honestly? What am I hearing? You're taping Strictly. What on earth date planet are you on, David?
David, man, okay.
This is what it's come to, Chippaz, though. This is what Newcastle United's
rather
done
want-
to it.
I'd rather watch Strictly than watch Newcastle.
There you go.
Oh,
Watching
I don't know.
Newcastle is like Strictly because we can't bloody stay on our feet for more than 5 minutes.
It's like watching Dancing on Ice.
It is. It's like watching Shola Miyobi for 14 years.
But I think, Annie, you're right what you're saying about the true value of the club, and it's difficult to work out. But I was listening or reading a few weeks ago now when one of the pundits, or whoever it was, I can't remember, that chap reckoned that if Amanda Staveley's consortium buy the club, they reckon it would be between £400 and £500 million just to start building a club, new training ground, etc. The list goes on, as you said before. Will be on ice. That's a good one. Because it's going to cost that. So they're going to be spending, £700 or £800 million just to get into a state where we could start to climb the table. That's a lot of money.
The amount of money that Mike Ashley has had off this club over recent seasons, he should be able to get rid of Steve Bruce without even hesitating.
You're right, Chippaz, but he's a hard-nosed businessman. I mean, I've said before in here, you don't get to have £3.5 billion worth of personal wealth without being a hard-ass businessman. You've got to praise him for that. Whether you like him or not, I don't know the man, but I mean, what he's done to our club is ridiculous. But he's got to have some nous about him. But it's not in football. Hasn't got a clue.
Nope.
And then you get somebody
is someone actually watching Strictly now? Because I can hear cheering and
it's probably
it actually sounds.
My wife's watching it.
Oh,
and bless
get
her,
a tell, man, Dave. Get a tell.
She's a bit deaf, so she has it turned up.
Just get your arrow and aim it at the off switch.
No.
Oh, that's what's going on, man. John's watching it and Dave's taping it.
I'm not watching it.
I've got it.
You're watching it and taping it?
Watching it.
Do you know, David, we're going to have a serious chat with you, fella. I'll sit you down with a pint now. Give you a bit of a talk here.
Do you have something called the iPlayer? Do you have something called an iPlayer where you can just watch it back?
No,
you don't need to tape things these days.
I've got Sky Go. I've got Sky Skills, so I just record it.
The year is 2021 and Dave still uses VHS tapes to record his program.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Well, John still got dial-up internet, so...
Oh, yeah.
John still can't work out how to plug in a microphone.
Well, you've got dial-up internet, have you? We're going to be...
When he started his stream, his phone started ringing higher, that the stream might go off in a bit, and it went off because he had to answer the phone.
Oh, God, that's bad.
Bless him.
Makes a change from being his mum.
Oh, there he is. Oh, God, he's back.
Time of disco.
It's a coin. I've just put over my camera.
It makes a change anyways from John's mum interrupting the stream. Just
Bless her.
She's probably like every weekend now he's like get in the basement for 3 o'clock on the Saturday, so you're not disturbing me.
So what's your thoughts on potentially playing the Mackhams next year?
I don't know. They got time of the day now. They got stuff now.
flat out the day, to be fair. Like,
The only
But they might not
positive
even
from
get
the
out of
day.
that division if they keep playing like that against the better sides.
Still second.
And he's doing a John.
No, I just lost my point.
They might not even get out of that division yet. They're too cocky. They're all cocky, thinking, "Oh, we're gonna walk it and all that," and they've been brought back down to earth today. So,
my mate, who's a season ticket holder, reckons they're going to win the league by a country mile. And I'm going, right, fella, right.
I think they'll come second. To be fair,
do you think?
I think they will.
It's a long season in the championship in League One, isn't it? What is it?
46 games, isn't it?
46, is it?
Yeah.
We'll find out in a couple of years.
Oh yeah.
Oh no, well, you're not wrong, Daniel. You're not wrong.
Something's got to change, man. This can't be allowed to happen. We just can't. Like,
Tell you what, like if I could wake up tomorrow morning and see that breaking news, Steve Bruce sacked, I will literally party. I'll go to work and I'll just drink at work. Literally, I would. I would literally crack open a can at work and be like, "Yes, take that."
Bruce, you're sacked.
I think I'll go live just instantly out of the blue and just start going crazy.
I just wonder
I'll literally do a Stone Cold Steve Austin, get a couple of cans and just go.
How long do you think it would take before every Newcastle fan knew that he'd been sacked? 6-7 minutes?
if that.
Yeah. 30 seconds.
I think the thing is, he'll know on social media before he gets told that he's been sacked.
Do you want to do a live stream?
We head live to St James's Park where Bruce has just been sacked.
Do a watch along, guys.
Bless him.
You can almost see all the podcasts down in front of the, standing like that, in a row doing.
We'll have Paul, Peter, and Archer outside St James's as well.
You could, mate. Certainly could.
You'll be playing us next season at this rate.
But one of the things that upsets me the most, it's the sort of how do I say it? It's the lack of any empathy with the club anymore. It's the fact that we can't change anything. The fan base is so split. We're getting rows on channels. Poor Paul was, trolled, and he got trolled the other day on Paul's channel. Was it Paul's channel? And John's channel, yeah. What the hell's going on? Did you watch Steve's Wraith thing the other day after the cat case? On Tuesday night, he did an hour and a half thing. The lady on there who's I believe a Middle Eastern expert who works out of America, she was on Al Waleed's channel a few days ago with Keith Patterson, and she's adamant that Qatar have these internet farms where they just troll people who have anything to do against. Now, is it true? I mean, Annie and I spoke earlier on about this. I don't know, but she seems to know what she was talking about. And you say that's appalling. How come a small country in the Middle East can have such a stranglehold on football in this country? It's the whole world. It's a disgrace.
I mean, I'm not completely sure why. To be completely honest, I don't know why Qatar is getting involved, because I don't personally feel like they should. Because they shouldn't really be getting involved in any of this. Now, if you look at Saudi, you look at Qatar, you look at the UAE, they're all kind of taking over European and South American football because they've obviously got the money. We obviously know that many players towards the back end of their career, or look at Oscar, for example, or James, they've all gone to Qatar China, because they want the money. And obviously they want to secure their families financial for their project. That's fine.
But they're only in their 20s, though. He went, but he went to China when he was 21 or something.
Oh, Oscar went to China when he was like 25, I think. I'm not.
25?
I think he was 25, yeah. And Matis,
You know, it's
look
not
at
even his
Matis
prime
Pereira
as
as
a
well.
player then.
Matis Pereira, he went to Qatar. Money. He was linked with West Ham. He was linked with all sorts in the Premier League, and went to Qatar because he wanted the money. And obviously, these Middle Eastern clubs and China have got the pull of the money, and maybe their money could be the reason a lot of clubs in the Premier League probably, what's the right word for this? Probably struggle because, well, they can't compete with that. Brighton can't compete with that. Newcastle can't compete with that. Many clubs, probably half of the division can't compete with that because it's just not plausible. But yeah, going back to Takeover, I don't think they really should be getting involved. If they do, well, it's a whole another issue between between all the issues that's already there between Qatar and Saudi politically, economically, oil wise, and all the other issues that's already there.
Qatar was a football
Rant's
match,
over.
as simple as that.
He's got strictly on. I can hear it.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, look at
Dave,
him. He's dead.
Dave, turn
dead,
it
like
down.
literally.
Put him on mute.
And I was going to say, it's like I can hear the bloody what's happening. I don't need to watch it.
What's up?
Turn strictly down, man.
Jason will get a flag, man, for doing it.
You're bloody taping it and all, you've got it blaring.
What's he like?
Oh, dear. I got Ryan waiting in the wings, and me, I haven't upgraded this yet. So
I think you can get up to 9 people
and
on, can you?
And we have Pete as well. Ooh, we have 2 in the waiting in the wings. Oh God, I'm gonna have to. Anyone wanting to?
I'll
get Chippaz off.
Oh, look at his little face, man.
Oh.
David want to go.
I'll
Get
jump out.
Chippaz off, please.
I think that's Annie should be kicked out for that. Like, I'm sorry.
Poor Annie. He's always getting picked
I'm
on.
only 14. You can't do
I'll
that.
jump out.
Oh, he pulls the age card.
Oh, right.
Oh, Dave's gone.
Oh.
Bye, Dave.
Goodbye.
He's ready to watch Strictly.
And there's Ryan. Hey, Ryan.
Good man.
Hello.
Hi, Ryan.
Hi.
You all right, fella?
Hello.
I'm glad I only watched 20 minutes of that game.
Jesus, that's bad enough, lass.
Right. So Ryan, how do you say Bruce out in French Canadian?
I actually don't know. Well, you just gotta translate out.
Yeah.
Bruce Au, I think. I don't know.
Well,
There'll be Le Bruce out there or something like that, won't it?
Oh, Bruce oh my god, I'm an idiot. How did I forget that?
Bruce what?
Bruce Salty.
What?
Dehors.
Bruce Dios.
No, well, the H is silent, so, well, not really, but you get my point.
yeah.
Dehors.
I'll just stick
That
with
means-
himself.
That means Bruce outside. That means
I
Bruce
mean,
is
I kind
outside.
of I kind of say the way I say is fat fuck bacon clown out.
You translate that.
Don't be too
Now,
weird, Ryan.
Don't sit on the fence now. See what you
No,
feel.
exactly.
Wait, what's that, Danielle?
If you're speaking Mexican, then it's El Fucko Offo.
Sorry, that's not a language.
Works for me, Jason.
Mexican Spanish, though, yeah.
Me know.
Yes, whichever part of don't let the door hit your ass on the way out works for me, to be honest, when it comes to him.
Yep.
So.
Oh, just hit him with the door, just as long as it.
push him through the door, literally through the door.
I don't want to hear anything from this club unless it's anything to do with Steve Bruce resign or being fired within the next 2 weeks.
I mean, it's
That's
got to
all I want to
happen
hear.
now, really, hasn't it? If we're going to bring someone in, and
Well, I told John that he's going to be sacked by Wednesday, I think.
Mm-hmm.
We hope.
Well, Jason, you said it on when your pod was it the Football Daily or whatever said that he'd reportedly said he was at his lowest ebb, and he was thinking about walking away. Well, get on then, get yourself away.
Get on with it.
No, literally, there's like a plan there. Walk off it, will you?
Yeah, I remember them saying if the pressure got too much, would he consider walking if he couldn't do his job? And he actually said, "Yeah, I would consider walking." But he still comes out and says, "I'm never going to walk away from the club."
I'm not a quitter. I've never walked away before. Well, actually, yeah.
I think the record is something different.
Right.
Apart from the summer, he's walked away from every other job he's had.
Yeah.
I can't remember what
exception for Sheffield Wednesday because he was going to take the Newcastle job in the first place.
Well, he probably said at Newcastle when he was in another job, which he tapped himself up by saying, "Come and get us, will you?" When you're not really allowed to do that.
You think if Steve Bruce stayed at Sheffield, would he have kept them up?
Wednesday.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
No, he wouldn't have because they were gonna get a 12-point deduction anyways.
Oh,
That's probably why he left, because he knew that was coming.
Yeah, I just want to get relegation. That's why he left Hull as well, so it doesn't have relegation on his resume.
Yep.
No, he was probably going to keep them up, but he doesn't want to work there. Because if Gary Monk, Tony Pulis, can keep Wednesday nearly keep Wednesday up, then of course Steve Bruce can. I mean,
You just say he wasn't going to keep them up.
huh?
He said he wasn't going to keep them up
They
2 minutes ago.
They nearly did keep them up.
He just said he wasn't going to, though.
Well, I mean, that club's got serious owner issues too. So, if Steve Bruce was able to walk away from that, why doesn't he do the same thing? We're in shitty ownership too.
Steve Bruce doesn't walk away from anything; he waddles away. Danny, go on.
Oh, he's gone.
I've just dropped him out quickly because we have PD.
Yay!
Can anyone do the chase music for Mr. Hegarty?
Oh,
Dun, 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 dun.
Man.
What did you think of that shit show, Pete?
Garbage.
I think you've took the words out of his mouth.
Absolute pile of crap.
Were you there, Peter?
No.
Do you think he's
I
getting
feel so-
sacked or not?
I feel so cold being there.
You hope he is, but you just have that feeling he's not going to again, is he?
What's it going to take, though? Like, what
Yeah, seriously.
exactly is it going to take for him to be
going
gone?
off?
He's just now, if he gets sacked, we'll go on the next episode of next series of Strictly or Dance or Nice, won't he, for another payday?
Oh my god!
Just imagine.
You know what's going to happen is there's going to be random fake reports of people saying,
God, man, David, man.
Mike Ashley has
Honestly.
has arrived in Newcastle, and literally, we see those reports thinking, oh, surely he's going to fire Steve Bruce, and then it turns out to be nothing.
Hi, Kevin, I'm tired. I've been to work as well, Jesus.
What's that say? The sun? Oh, do you mean the shit?
Yeah.
Because the sun talks shite nowadays.
Never
Best
heard
use for toilet paper.
Never heard it for 20 or 30 years. Absolutely. I mean, some of the sports reports aren't bad, to be fair, but the rest of the papers,
Yeah.
terrible.
Have you seen Paul's video, Peter? Have you seen Paul's video of him?
Yeah, I've seen it.
Class in it.
Oh, that was amazing.
Honestly, I can't wait for his reaction video tomorrow because I
can't.
can't be laughing at it. I'm going to be laughing at it.
The only problem is, what was he raging more about? The game or the £6.10 told Chris to get down?
Oh, I
You know,
Jesus.
The daft part about it is he doesn't need to come back on the A6 tour. You can come up the 49 onto the A5 and then straight along the A5 onto the M1. I do it all the time when I go to the show. It's
Probably best you don't mention that though, Dave. You know what I mean?
Good,
Yeah, I
good
think
call.
maybe a
Yes,
bit.
He'll put you in the penalty box.
yeah. I might just hold him up and say, you could have gone this way.
I don't think Paul will be happy that for you to say that now after he was going to go the long way around and pay 12 quid.
I mean, if we'd won 4-0, he can't be me 4-0 flipping. Like, what an old idiot! I could have said because you would have laughed, but you know when he was after that, the way we're
That
playing.
was the last time we won 4-0.
Wow,
God.
Leicester away last season.
The closest
4-2.
the closest thing was 4-1 against Bournemouth.
Yeah.
Or 5-1, I don't know.
They were probably under one of the Rafa. Did we not do it on one of Rafa's seasons? I'm pretty sure we have.
Can't remember.
Probably.
I think we did 3-0 against Huddersfield. Didn't we do 3-0 against Huddersfield one time? I think it was Miggy's debut. No, that was 2-0, I think.
2-0.
Yeah.
Didn't we beat Ipswich 4-0 in the Championship at home or something? That was 3-0.
I didn't even watch the Championship. Fuck that.
Yeah.
What's when we played them?
Well, Ryan, come August, you never know.
We'll be on now.
Competitive these days.
We'll be on now on 9 o'clock on Quest. Like I'm watching now. We'll be on.
I still think we'll stay up by the skin of our teeth.
Well, certainly not at this rate.
No.
Not.
Certainly not at this rate.
What's the lowest points ever for a?
We'll win against Tottenham when we don't expect to win.
3 draws, 4 defeats.
Yeah. Is the Derby still got the lowest number of points? I'm hopeless.
Derby got 11 points or something.
Yeah.
Not Derby.
And Sunderland got 18.
Yeah, we've got to get 19, and we're kind of go down with less points than them buggers got.
Derby have got.
Doesn't that just sum it up though? That we're like not even discussing going down. We just don't want to get the lowest points to go down.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Do you know, you're absolutely right, Danielle. That's we're such a low ebb that we're almost saying, "Hey, we scored. We've got people who scored." I mean, I've put on Twitter a few times when some of I forget which ones shows some of the old games from years ago. When you win 3-4, and I keep it. Is that what you call one of them win things? It's such a long time since I've seen it.
I don't know what a win is, to be honest. I mean, I can't remember if it's been that long.
Nah.
It's been so long since we had one.
The thing is, as well, right? Can I just say, right? When Bruce comes out and says after every game, like as John Sinclair says, trust the process, and we'll have to.
Chippaz,
no, listen what I'm saying. I haven't finished yet.
Trust the
He
process.
says that, then he says we'll have to keep believing in what we're believing in, and we'll have to keep chipping away. What are we believing in? Because we haven't won a game yet. We're in the second worst team in the league. We've conceded the joint worst amount of goals. So what are we working towards? That you keep saying. What are we working towards? Like you keep saying, we're working towards this. Well, working towards something. Well, what is it? Relegation? Because that's the only thing we're working towards.
Aye.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm depressed now.
No, David, I'm not going to argue. I'm not going to argue on PS4 because I don't want to see you say on the watching Strictly or whatever.
It's finished now anyway. It's finished.
David, FIFA 22, I'll beat you.
I put he's there, but he called it taping it as well, so he'll be watching it back, won't he?
Yeah.
I bet John will have finished watching it as well.
Didn't Level 7 Dave get John a copyright strike?
I think so.
No, that was a troll.
No, that was a fake account.
What was it?
I thought so. Jeff Hendrick being a super striker. See, I told you, played in the right place.
Oh, come on, man, super striker. Well, I.
Hendrick all the way.
He's only on the pitch because Willock got injured.
I haven't seen it. Has anybody seen the goal?
It was a good goal.
Outside the box for the second game running. Sean Longstaff and Hendrick getting outside the box goal.
Yeah, we need to see more of that.
Longstaff seen.
I was listening. Willock, but was signed up. unfit. We're signing him unfit, and he's quite clearly been playing injured the past 2 games. So,
Yeah. Oh, you're right. Absolutely. I was listening to the game on Radio Newcastle, and it appeared that Longstaff was drifting out of the game again, as was Willock. But I mean, obviously Willock's is injured, so that's understandable. But none of them seemed, certainly second half, none of them seemed as if they were even bothered.
Longstaff isn't that good, man. He can't even string 2 games together. That's ridiculous.
I would somewhat disagree. I think there is a good player in there. He needs a good coach.
Yeah.
I think it's been and gone now. I think if I got offered money from him in January, I'd take it personally.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I think his time he has finished. And I think he's only started to play well because he's out of contract at the end of the season, and he wants either a move away or he wants a contract extension.
Yeah.
That's it. The same as Jacob Murphy last season, because he's gone completely off the boil this season when he's played.
Well, we all know why though,
because he's out of position though.
But I think as well though today we should have played Lewis at left back, not Richie, because Richie every game this season has been targeted left, right, and centre by the wingers. He's been roasted.
I wonder who that's down to.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you're right. I mean, you said it the other week, Jason. Richie's just not quick enough in that role. He's better when he's in the midfield and he has a little bit more time to ping the ball around. He's not a defender. I love the best. He's one of my favourite players, but he's just not playing where he should do.
Fullbacks need to be energetic. Like they need to be able to run the whole game, and Richie does not offer that. I also think his set pieces are fucking shit as well.
Exactly.
Like why isn't Almiron on set pieces for me?
Yeah, because he's a good dead ball kicker as Almiron.
Yeah, he takes free kicks, corners for Paraguay, and I can't see why.
And is very good at it as well.
Yeah, I wonder who's down to that. Whose idea was that of letting him continue doing that?
I have no idea. Who would do that?
Personally, I would like to see Richie playing centre in the midfield 3. Personally, can't be any worse than what we've got.
I wouldn't mind him as like a left center mid. Yeah,
like you could have him, Willock, and Hayden in midfield until bloody Voldemort comes back. I mean, God knows how long he's gonna be out for.
Voldemort.
Do you reckon he'll go straight back in as well?
He will.
Yeah.
He probably will. He's Bruce's favourite.
Last season he played him at centre back just to keep him in the team, man.
Would you play him, Danielle, if he came back?
Nope. I wouldn't have him in the shirt. Full stop.
I think one person we miss in midfield for me is Mikel Merino.
Yes. I loved him. I got him on the back of one of my shirts.
The amount of players that we sell and like they're actually like good players at their teams, I wonder why.
I think we'll miss Johan Kabay as well.
We haven't really replaced him. I mean,
no. Did anyone see the Everton game?
Yeah,
I
watched that. Yeah,
I got a notification about
seeing
Townsend.
Rafa and seeing Rondon and God, and you just think what could have been, and then bloody 3 o'clock rocks round, and you've got to watch our shit show for 90 minutes. It's just
if only Newcastle played Everton first game, so we could get it over with. But now we got to wait till Christmas, and it's a home game. Like.
Did you see Andros Townsend do Ronaldo's?
Yeah, it was class.
I saw that on Ruby's. That was funny, that, mate.
Did you see it at the end when he tried to talk to Ronaldo? Ronaldo pushed him out the way.
I missed that, did he?
Oh, he had a little hissy fit.
I saw Ronaldo walking off the pitch at the end, and he had a proper strop on.
Mm-hmm.
Thing is with Man United, they've got a decent side, but the manager's garbage.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I mean, manager's won nothing in his career, so why?
I mean,
he's not going to win anything.
You manage in the Norwegian leagues. I think anyone could walk into there.
Got Cardiff relegated.
What happened there?
Relegated. We sent them down because we beat them on 3-0 and was relegated. But like, why they got rid of Mourinho for was ridiculous because he's got more.
That's what I mean.
Mourinho won 2 trophies for them.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it was more of a face-fitting thing than anything else with him.
That's just modern-day ownership, too.
Yeah.
These
I
clubs
just
could
like
ta-
I
these
just like
clubs-
watching
could-
the Man United fans on Twitter and other such things.
Oh yeah,
moaning and bloody groaning. I
top
keep
six-
saying,
those fucking top 6 fans are just so bitchy
"Oh,
and
tell you,
moany.
man."
But you know, they've got shocking owners spending nearly £1 billion in transfer fees. I mean, that's just horrible. That's
I said to
shocking.
a Man United fan a while ago. I said, "Oh, you poor buggers! You've had nearly, as you just said, they've had nearly £1 million spent on it. Or is it the one the last 20 odd years? 18
They've still won
titles,
14 trophies, I think, and
14, is it? 14, yeah. And you
14,
think,
15 trophies.
I'll swap you, bunny lad. Any day of the week, I'll swap you. But no.
Under the Glazers have been there. Was it 15 years? They've won 14 trophies since the Glazers have been there.
Yeah.
Tell me how that's bad ownership.
One of the reasons I would hate to be, and it's the rule for me with if the takeover, when the takeover goes through. Let's be positive. I went down to the Arsenal Cup final all those years ago, and we were on the bus coming back, and Arsenal fans were looking, 1-2-0, look really miserable. So when the winner down, or pulled the winner out of the bus and said, "What's the matter for? You just won the FA Cup." Well, it's just another game. And the whole bus is saying, "It's what?
No, it's not
Just another game."
Final, aye.
Yeah, and they were thinking, "Oh, well, it's just
Exactly,
another
yeah.
game." It's bloody the FA Cup, for crying out loud, man.
They've won it the
That's
most
like-
times, haven't
They've won it. They won it under Arteta 18 months ago, and they're crying on to get rid of him. He's just won a trophy 18 months ago. What more do you want? He's quite clearly on the top 6 side anymore. So what more do you want?
Can you imagine what would happen in the town if we won something?
I know. Can you imagine?
There'll be a
Have
statue of the manager.
Have you seen the Steve Bruce quote?
The Raul
Which
Jimenez one?
We got back into the game. After we scored, we had the big chance in the second half and unfortunately didn't take it. This is the best bit. We're all pleased Raul Jimenez is back.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
But he said that, but the
Wrong
second
team,
goal was
Bruce.
a bit too easy for my liking.
Yeah.
Oh my
Wrong
god!
Delighted
team.
me. Delighted he's back.
Oh, what a fucking tool!
That he's away, he's gone. He's done it, Paul.
God.
Oh,
You know what? When I'm at work tomorrow, I'll say to myself, you know what? I'm not glad, but I'm glad Raul Jimenez is back working as well.
I mean, to be fair, it's good the lad's back. I mean, because it was a nasty injury.
that could have been a career-ending injury.
No, it could have been life-ending. Never mind career-ending. It was that bad. But fair play, Bruce. You say that, but at the end, you just are somewhere. You don't make it part of you. I didn't know he said that, Daniel, but you don't make it part of you.
Yeah,
Well, we were really good, and we'll have to brush ourselves down. Oh, I'm glad. At the very end, he could have.
Dave.
He's deflecting another shocking performance away from from commenting on it. That's what he's doing.
As long as we're ticking along, that's all we need to worry about. Staying where we are and ticking along.
The thing is, though, as well, right? And our Southampton are only a point above her and the point up ahead of her and fourth bottom. But if we can't win a game of football, a point's a lot. Because if we're struggling for draws as well, a point is a lot to gain, to get out of it, rather than looking at it as, say, for example, if they, after the international break, if they say win a game and we lose to Spurs, that goes to 4 points. So you're already 2 games from getting out of it. Yeah. And it could go 3, and it's. And you look at our fixtures, we're getting ready for after Spurs. Away from Spurs, we're starting to play the top 6. Yeah. So we've only played Man United. We're playing the top 6 in close proximity.
From middle of next month of January, we've got some horrendous fixtures. And I saw Jake's comment there about if Solskjaer got sacked, would we take him over Bruce? I wouldn't. No. I mean, I don't know what you guys think, but I wouldn't.
No, definitely not. No. You probably do. He's just do the same thing.
I think him or Arteta is someone I would not take at Newcastle.
No.
I don't know. I would have Arteta personally because I think
over Bruce.
Yeah.
You wouldn't take Arteta over Bruce.
No, I said I would.
Oh, you would. Oh God, I thought you said you wouldn't.
I was going to say I'd have Betty the Tea if you may. Do you know what I mean?
He's been a manager for 2 years and that's it. He's won a trophy. What in a short space of time? What more do you want from him? A young manager.
And he's had to rebuild the side as well. That was the thing. I mean, when after Wenger went, things fell apart. He's starting a bit like whoever comes into us. You've got to start from a very, very low ebb. And they played well the other night, mind. I thought they were impressive midweek when they played. They looked really
The thing
good.
is, that Arsenal side, that it's going to take years for them to get anywhere near what they were under Wenger have to get to that level again, mind, because the people, they don't realise the job he did for that club. I mean,
yes. What was
like
it? Was
what Fergie did for Man United, you will not get them again. That's how big of a job they
19
did.
straight years in the Champions League?
Yep.
Didn't win a
The
lot.
only time they didn't make the Champions League was his last season when he walked away.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think Fergie got Man United in the Champions League every season. He was there, like when it was going. So
good point, Jake. He could have said, I'm glad he's okay. Yes.
He could have said that on Friday before the match.
Yes, absolutely right, Jake. Spot on.
He should have said it on Friday before the match, and then that was it.
Yeah, he could have done that. Yeah.
He doesn't know how to use his words properly.
For somebody who's been manager nearly 25 years, he's not media literate. That's his problem. He just doesn't know how to deal with them when he should.
I said it last week. For somebody who played one of the best defenders and was one of the best defenders in the country for many a year, he cannot defend. It's 5 at the back. He would put 6 there to get away with it. Oops. He went.
Bye,
Chippaz. What happened? He went. Was it something was said?
I know what I was going to say.
Oh, he's had to go to the toilet and realise, I better turn off and not.
Turn off rather, yes. I
remember that.
Yeah.
Not forgetting that other guy on your channel, Pete, that just wiped his ass cracking live in front of the camera.
God, I know.
That was funny. That
flicked his camera on. There was just this huge droopy ass, just wiping it.
Ew.
At least YouTube didn't do you over for that.
Oh no, well you couldn't see down there, but my God, you were nearly close.
I swear some viewers are going to take one of your guys' channel down just by stupid stuff on StreamYards when they forgot to turn off their webcam.
Well, I don't know. You said a few weeks ago, Mitch, did you see on Steve Braith's show, came in with his budgie smugglers on as a laugh?
Seen him when he got up.
Oh, you're thinking, what? Unbelievable. So, yeah, you can get away with some things.
It was funny.
See, throughout the match, Bruce was kept looking at the ground with his hands in his pockets. He looked that he did not have a clue.
Oh.
Do you not think he's trying to go for the sympathy vote though? Like, look at old me sitting here. Don't really. Oh, them bad people are picking on me. I
was sorry, Danielle. I'm laughing. Who's going to give him sympathy? 52,000. Jordy's flipping well on 20. I mean, you're right. He probably is there. I can't do this anymore. Well,
I was watching Loaded Mag last night, and they had the BBC reporter on, Alistair McGowan, who did
very good. He was very good, yeah.
And he was saying that he felt sorry for Bruce at Leeds when we played Leeds. He said he seemed very alone and very yeah. I mean, it's not a nice thing to say, is it, when a manager's in serious trouble? But when it's at the standard that it's at our club, then there's no excuses. He should just be removed immediately. Like, how can a governing body or whatever the Premier League are, how can they allow our club to be neglected like it has been and continue to allow it to be neglected? It's just a disgrace.
The thing is, as well, though, right? If you can't do your job, why do people feel sorry for you? If you can't do that job, you walk away from it because you obviously can't. Like, no, he's made when people say, "I feel for Bruce," right? Well, I'm sorry, right? He's got apparently his boyhood dream job that he's always ever wanted, and he can't do it. So why feel sorry for him? If you can't do your job, don't be in that job. You go look for something you can do. I mean, yesterday he said
championship work.
Yesterday, he said, what was it? Well, it's difficult to win football matches. If you're a manager coming out and saying it's difficult to win football matches, you shouldn't be a football manager because you should be saying, I'm going to do everything I can to win football matches. But
And
he's
that's
not.
probably why
He's saying
that's
he
probably why
can't
they're
win.
coming out the tunnel at the start of the match, at the start of the game with their heads down straight away. They come out the tunnel and they've got their heads right down, and you just think he's got no motivation, skills at all. The team are coming out flat as a pancake. So,
Flat as a pancake.
flat as
Well,
a
if you-
pancake.
Yeah, it's the same. But I mean, you're right, Danny. If you're sitting in the changing room and he comes in, well, you know, lads, you know, let's dust ourselves down. And you're thinking, piss off, will you? Just, you know, go away. And it's got to knock you when you just think, oh, yeah, here we'll go again.
Seriously.
I don't know if you've seen the video of Bobby Robson doing his team talk on YouTube. And it's so animated, it's so motivational. He's got the team like raring to go, like ready for the start of the game, and you just think, God, can you imagine Bruce though? Can you? It's just the exact opposite of everything that was.
Yeah.
I can literally see Steve Bruce today getting in the half time of day 1-1 thing, and we're winning, yeah. It's like we're winning the game of football. Like
that's what
like a draw to him will be like a win.
I called it in the first half. It just said we've got his half-time talk to look forward to. We're going where we end up throwing the game away as always. And what do we do?
Owen saying there?
Throw it away.
Look,
and what happens? Yeah.
What's Owen saying there? Trying to be the next Robson Givehour, man. I'm sorry, you can't compare the two. Simple as that.
Oh, definitely not.
To even put them two in the same sentence.
He's just trolling.
Remove that comment.
He's just trolling. No, he's serious.
He's one of them people that thinks Joe Linton's amazing as well.
Oh, God.
John's watching the Italian football.
Yes.
Yeah. It's Italian strictly on, is it?
Maybe.
Because I knew straight away when he's put that status up last Saturday where he said Strictly's back. I can't wait for 4 solid weeks of dancing. I thought, John, man, it's 8 o'clock on a Saturday morning. I don't want to see that.
You could just imagine John in a sparkly sequin suit dancing around in the ballroom.
No, I can just imagine John being like an Iggy Pop with no top on and just some trousers dancing with just the hat on, with like a pimp hat on with a pimp cane. Do you know like 50 Cent on the pimp video where he's just in like trousers and a bloody dungarees and that? That's John with a hat on and a pimp cane. And he'd be like going, "Hello, ladies."
My guy,
the frog.
Honestly, I literally thought it was Mr. Bean speaking when he spoke the other day. When he said it, I literally was ready.
When he gets close to his party, we saying, "Hello, ladies."
No, exactly.
I love him a bit. He's an absolute superstar. Yeah.
Well, my guy Sinclair.
My guy, yeah. But he does realise that when he tags all his lady friends in on Twitter next time, somebody's going to put that thing up what he tried to say.
Oh, easily.
And the microphone didn't work. God love him.
He did it yesterday, didn't he?
Has he got his microphone working now? Has he?
Well, I think he has.
I think. Sorry, man, I had to make it work. Just sitting there, fondling his microphone.
Yeah, I think he's great. He's absolutely.
I think he's doing more than fondling his microphone. I think he thinks it's Joe Litton's end.
Oh, probably.
Oh, Chippaz, man.
No, it's not.
He calls it Joe Linton's microphone.
Why, Mr. Linton? How big you've got?
The microphone.
What a coincidence that you landed in front of my mouth.
His blue Yeti.
Like David took his lovely bobblies. Did you see the picture? Did you see what the picture I got of him with his Union Jack bungee smugglers? I was watching that final over again. I literally caught it on a screenshot, literally, of him standing up in his bloody Union Jack pants.
Oh my God.
Can't believe he did that.
I'm still stunned because I looked back and I thought, he's got Union Jack kegs on and he's just stood up on live TV and shown the whole world it.
I must admit, I haven't seen it. I must.
It was during Euros, wasn't it? It was on.
Yeah,
Peak
it's the
channel.
Euro final on PD's channel on
Yeah,
the Italy game. It's just before extra time starts. It'll be about 3 hours in.
John stood up to
Just
walk
enough.
away, and he was wearing
Yeah,
the
just-
Union Jack shorts.
Walks away unaware that he's on live TV, like live streaming. He just whips he's got kegs on.
God.
He's literally sitting watching the European final in the top and bloody kegs, and that's it.
Peaked it up
Well,
for
you
them.
know. Oh,
It's like literally Rab saying there's bit or something, or Ozoff of Chippaz
God,
sitting there and just
oh
these whatever.
what's the cat called, Daniel?
Dipsy.
Dipsy. Oh, bless.
I thought you'd be calling it Bruce or Steve.
Oh, shut up,
No,
Chippaz.
you can't do that to a pet. Is it she?
I suggested that.
Yeah.
I suggested to Paul that he called his new dog Joe Linton or something.
Oh, probably.
No.
It's too many syllables for a dog name.
Joe Linton down. Joe Linton down.
Stop.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, God.
We're just mad. Do you know it's the only thing that keeps us going, isn't it? Chats like
Yeah.
this where we just.
This is what I
we've got-
mean. Like we've got to
Yeah.
like. I know we don't want to watch the game anymore, but we've got
No.
to keep these things going because like, what else have we got, man?
You know,
If we don't laugh, we'll cry.
got decent folk in the chat saying all the right things and trying to cheer up, and they're doing a cracking job. But I just thinking, God, at least you know, as you said earlier, we've got a couple of was it a fortnight before we've got to watch that garbage again. You know,
Now we've just got we've got England playing 2 pub internationals in the meantime.
do you know,
I'm
I couldn't be
looking
less
forward to
enthused
international
about
break.
watching them.
Pierre will be doing a live stream next Saturday night then with it being international break.
Oh, I'll see what I can do.
I'm at work till 10 like so.
Alright.
I don't know. I might try and do it.
Sadly, I can't watch it. I've got my sock drawer to rearrange. So
Very important.
it is. You've got to
I'm
get
the
the
only
colours.
one-
I'll have
I'm
to
the
wash
only
my
one
hair
on this
after work,
call.
possibly.
I'm the only one in this call that's excited for international break.
I'm excited for the international break because I'll be able to enjoy my bloody weekends again. But
I'm expecting
you know
2
what's coming
10-0
after the
games to
international
England.
break, don't you? So it's like,
Well, you know.
well, you
I think-
know.
I think Owen's been very optimistic. I might be optimistic, but we might survive.
Oh,
God.
That's what I'm saying.
I
Yeah.
hope
Is
so.
that,
I hope so.
is that Luke Edwards trolling by a different name? Owen, is your real name Luke Edwards by chance? Or
I mean, he's gone quiet, hasn't he, this last few days?
yeah, you'll probably
He
be hanging
actually
out with
said, he
Bruce's
actually
also.
said tonight that enough's enough and that things have to change and it's not good enough.
Has he
So,
really?
Well,
Yeah.
that his boyfriend has to be sacked.
I don't think he used those words.
No, it'll be something to do with new one and how to do with the manager as always.
Alright.
'Cause that's his excuse.
But I see Jordan on Talkshow did his usual.
Oh,
Sure.
What an absolute!
Bell end.
I mean, well, he does it to get us lot to bite because then it gives the channels higher ratings because more people phone in and tell them to get off. We should just
Every day he talks about Newcastle. He's on every day.
we shouldn't give him the oxygen. Just not bother ringing. Everybody should just say no, just ignore him because
I just listen to it and I just think I'm not even going to bother.
actually, I
biting.
retract what I just said. He said, no wins from 7 games isn't good enough by any metric. There
8
is
because we
no-
lost in the League Cup as well.
There is no other metric that matters. I think concrete conclusions come after 10 games.
Oh God!
I think league table settles down after November international break. Pressure definitely on because this can't continue indefinitely.
Even after
No.
10 games, we could still be in the bottom 3. So you know, see how
I
it
think
goes.
it's that well-known saying, Daniel. No shit, Sherlock.
Yeah, Sherlock.
Yeah.
But that again, he's still back and he still says give Steve Bruce 3 more games. And that I'm pretty sure the 10th game is Chelsea at home, isn't it?
I did
It's
ask.
just another McLaren. Judge me
Yeah.
after this amount of games. Judge me after that amount of games. Judge me
Yeah.
after half a season. Judge me at the end of the season.
Well, that's what Stu Flybo said before. He said on the Newcastle United tweet earlier on, it was 2-1, and they're getting dogs abuse. I just said, as I've said a few times, the club I started supporting in 1974, 3-4, It's just it's an empty husk of what it used to be, and I'm frankly given up, and I'm not bothered anymore. And Sue said, "Judge me on results," says Bruce. Well, we're judging you. F off.
Yeah.
He
said
absolutely right. Absolutely spot on.
He said in his first season, judge me on results, and we are judging you on results, so get out.
Yeah.
Like I said tonight. I've just said as well. Oh, sorry. Oh, it's okay, Dave, you can speak.
I was going to say, what was it, 2-21 last year, and here we are.
7-35.
7-35, and you're just thinking, come on, Bonnie lad. Sorry, I shouldn't be calling him Bonnie lad. It's just a thing of,
Yeah.
It's just,
you'll have to take them glasses off, Dave, or you'll have to put some other ones on. Or
yeah.
Give them a wipe.
Yeah.
Get some Dennis Taylor ones, a big massive thing.
Yeah, do that. Yeah, do it that way, you mean, yeah. Oh, man. No, but he's just, it's, looking back, I mean, I did it in lockdown last year because I was bored, and I looked at some of his stuff online, and researched him a bit. And he says the same crap time and time again. Doesn't matter what club he's at. It's the same rubbish all the time, and it's like people said. You said it before, Peter. He's got this. I wanted to put it online. This sort of Steve Bruce bloody bingo with all the sayings. Just ourselves down. And I don't know who put that up. It's brilliant. And we'll go to pick 3 out of them.
Accumulation of points.
Yeah, accumulation of points. Really? Oh, I didn't know that.
He said that. He said it at Villa. He said it at Sunderland. He said it at Hull. He said it at Birmingham. He said for 20 odd years. He said it.
Right. But the thing that I just kind of get my head around, and it's got to be sort of mates that you look at. He's got the worst stats ever.
Premier League manager.
Yeah, he's got the lowest number of goals, the highest number of goals against. Dog goes on, and yet you still get these flipping idiot pundits saying, he's doing a good job, and then you just say, would you have him at your club? Go on, answer that one.
The answer is always no.
Yeah, of course it is. Absolutely right.
It's like you hear Chris Sutton as well support him, but yet when Celtic needs a new manager, he didn't even recommend Steve Bruce. Why?
Because So, I mean, it's almost, you'd say to them, are you telling me if Solskjaer was to get sacked, would Man United take Bruce because he's an ex-player? Of course they bloody wouldn't.
Oh my God, imagine if...
It's like every time I say...
If they were to hire him, he'd end up going and winning the bloody league with them.
Imagine.
Can I get a pint of what you're drinking, Jason?
Every time a manager gets sacked from a club now, I'll literally tweet them, say, would you like to have Steve Bruce in charge? He's doing a fantastic job at Newcastle. I'm pretty sure he comes on the cheap. You can have him. I'm pretty sure he's available for you if you want him. I mean, when Forrest sacked Cuton, I went, Steve Bruce has been doing a fantastic job here at Newcastle. Do you want him? I'm sure he'll be available on the cheap.
Would be gutted if he left, but for the greater good.
What were the responses to that tweet?
I got thousands.
Yeah, what were they saying?
Oh no, probably
the people just laughing. Saying, "Oh, you're on your bike and stuff like that." I did it at Celtic as well when they got rid of, was it Lennon in the summer? I said he's going to have Bruce as well.
Yeah.
I said it Arsenal when they got rid of Wenger. I said it when they got rid of Emery. I said the Man United when they got rid of Mourinho. I mean,
keep it up.
Surprised it wasn't heavily linked with the Tottenham job.
I said it at Spurs as well.
Fucking Espirito Santo is under pressure. If he gets,
I don't know how he's only been there 8 games. 8 games and he's under pressure. That's ridiculous.
He won't be in 2 weeks' time, I'll tell you that.
No, because he'll have his easiest game of the season.
Like you said,
we've never beaten his team, so it's going to continue, isn't it?
That's true.
You can just see them rubbing their hands, going, "Oh, it's Newcastle." Oh.
That's what I'm saying. Harry Kane will be sitting there letting his chops go.
Yeah, Harry Kane freaking loves scoring at St. James's too, man.
Oh, he always scores up here when he plays. So
yeah.
Who was it? The 5-2 a few seasons ago, back in the season. It was the year we went down.
The 5-1.
5-1.
Oh yeah, that was a sick game.
I remember sitting with mates going, "What's going on? We'd been rubbish for so many games, and we just absolutely destroyed them."
With 10 men as well, because Mitrovic sent off.
Oh yeah, and people like Sissoko played well, and he was like man of the match in the Euros final just so he can get a move there.
Yeah.
Look where he is now.
That was Sissoko for you though, because he only turned up at the end of the season or in December when the transfer window was coming.
Oh yeah, in a cast where he ended up punching the wall.
Yeah. The only decent game he had for us was his debut where he put Ashley Cole into retirement. That was his best game for it, was his debut, where he ripped Ashley Cole a new one, and that's it. Every other time, it was just didn't want to be here.
No, true.
But who does want to be here now, to be honest? I mean, I wouldn't. If I'm a fan, I wouldn't want to play for it at the minute.
They should give out antidepressants when we're going to St. James's Park, shouldn't they?
I think it would run out pretty quickly.
I mean, I shouldn't joke about depression, but it's a horrible.
Like paracetamols and stuff, I think it would run out pretty sharply if we sold them.
Or just a half a bottle of whiskey, so we're just numb with what's going on. As you go in, you put the seeds in. There's your antiseptic. Just drink that. Your second half will be fine. It'll be total
game will be over. You'll be too glad I don't know what's happened.
I don't know.
Pierre's watching Strictly on his phone.
He's not listening either.
Don't know if he's listening.
I think he's nearly asleep. You're nearly asleep, Peter, there, are you?
Oh, no, I'm
not. Watching Strictly on your phone, Pete.
Oh, God, no.
I think he's just as fed up with what we are.
7!
I'm surprised John hasn't come on the other night.
That's what Pete's waiting for. He's waiting for John to appear on the screen in his sequin suit.
In his sequin suit. We'll be finished by the time John comes on. That's at 9:20 to 10 now.
Yeah, he's been on an hour and a half. So.
No, we've got 20 minutes. How long have we got? 20 minutes left, if that.
Yeah, something along those lines.
Way up shit.
Jason, we've taken over your show.
Always happens. Always happens.
I'm glad we didn't have the receipt for that 25 million.
That's a good point, Jake.
How many days over the international break do you think the players will be training then?
Probably one.
They're probably going on holiday.
Because Bruce will say they're all the way on international duty like he did last time.
Oh my god.
We had so many players away. Yeah, all 5 of them.
Who's even... Is it like Kraft, Fraser...
Almiron, I think, possibly as well.
Mickey, yeah.
I don't think... Did I read the other day that they might not send...
Because on the red list...
He's got 2 games, but I think there's one over there, but he can't come back. If he goes, he can, but he's going to have
He'd have to isolate for 10 days.
Isolate for 10 days in a hotel or whatever it is, So.
Amazing.
That's stupid.
The thing is now, right, they should just be seeing you now or get on with life. Just go, just do it. Take a test when you come back, and if you're fine, then you're fine to play.
South America's in a bit of a shit show right now, I think, with COVID.
Oh, I think the whole of America is. Even normal America is as well.
He's away for one of his legendary walks, Jason.
I know, Chip, that's where you're going.
He's going to drink.
I'll let you off.
That's all right then.
I think
Danielle was
the toilet yet. Me there.
I was about to do this.
I'm not going to the toilet.
Quick, turn the cameras off.
You know what's going to happen in a few days is one of the players will spill the beans, and it'll be an Instagram story of them.
Sorry, what did you say? They'll shoot their beans.
No, they'll spill the beans. I said spill the beans, dummy. Yeah, so they'll do that, and then I could just see it happening.
Yeah, absolutely.
Guess who's come dancing? Guess who's come dancing into the green room?
It'll just be a photo of one of our players in a jet with like the plane emoji.
Has he got like his bow tie on, like Frank Butcher when he stands where he put his spinny bow tie on?
Oh God Almighty!
But I think Ryan, you could well be right. I think it'll get to the point where somebody's just going to say, "Do you know what? I've got enough of this," and we'll just have a quiet word in somebody's ear and say, "This is what's going on."
It'll have to be Craig Hope's, yeah. Normally is Craig Hope's.
Well, yeah, it could be, but I mean, and we're all going to go, really? Like we didn't already know that. But other parts of the press are going to be going, "Oh my God, what's going on there?" Well,
Oh yeah,
tell
they're,
you
gonna,
two
they're
flipping
the ones that are going to be on. I'm sure there's a few of them local press are. They're going to be on Instagram, Twitter, having notifications on all the time to see if there's any of this stuff, just to spout out more negativity at the club. Oh, Alan St. Maximin was gone on holiday. Were you aware of that? Where the player's supposed to train? And he'll come up with some bullshit excuse.
You've probably gone to America as well, some red list country, and you'd be allowed to do what you want.
Well,
the club don't want another Lee Ryder again with the same. Did you go on Portugal holiday? Like, I wonder what reporter's going to ask that if that even comes to that case.
Like, does it matter if I go on holiday? Do I go on holiday?
I think Lee Ryder had every right to ask that question.
Yeah.
But it's typical of Bruce just taking it as an insulting question. It wasn't. It was just, why do you go on holiday? Was it a holiday? And I think I said it when if Bruce had turned around and said, "Wouldn't you? I was pissed off that I wasn't allowed to bring anybody in. I've been chatting like crap, so I went away for a couple of days to clear my head." And I think us fans are going, "Aye, fair play." Just
that was only after 4 games as well.
But it's like what you guys said. He's not media trained. Like, he's just freaking.
No,
he's just exposing himself more and more. Like, you got to keep calm in those incidents. Like, that's what the media try to do. They try to bait you into something.
Well, yeah.
They want a big reaction. Like, they got one. Yeah. Steve Bruce is literally the biggest one because he's a fucking clueless dummy.
Because he bites all the time. You know, I've said before, Ryan, when I was privileged to be at the Olympics, I got for 4 or 5 weeks of media training, and the guys that are training ask you questions, and they're all flipping easy. Then they'll say, "How's their sex life?" Yeah, what? And that's what they do. They'll give you a couple of softball questions, then throw a hard one at you, and then you go off on one, and you've got to watch for that. But they've learned with him. They just come the. How's your sex life was the first question with him, and he just bites and shows himself up to the idiot he is, you know.
Well, you know, my wife still makes us an apple pie and custard after every Sunday after the match.
God.
Oh God! Yeah, and that too. He goes in way into detail when we literally don't give a shit about that.
No, true.
Like, seriously, who fucking cares about your apple pie?
The next press conference. First question asked. Oh, we head to Keith Downey. Hi, Keith.
Oh yeah, it's always Keith Downey first too. Yeah.
So Steve, how's your sex life? What?
It's always fucking Sky Sports.
What's one of them?
Softball questions all the time. Because in many ways, what should happen is, you know, like the holiday when Lee Ryder said that, the next guy to come on, I know he was the last one, but if he was first and said, "Why do you go in holiday?" and he gets rattled, and he doesn't answer the question, and the next one comes on, "So why did you go on holiday? What was it all about?" He gets even more rattled. And the third one comes on and says, "Oh yeah, then you can answer the question.
Yeah.
Why do you go on holiday?" And he'll get so angry, he'll storm off. And you think, well, there you go. You shouldn't have to do that. I mean, you should be able to ask a straightforward question. And if he had any sort of media training, as we've said, he would be able to answer it. He would be said, "Look, they're going to ask you this. There's no doubt about it. They're going to ask you about the holiday. This is what you need to say."
I bet our press officer hates his life because he knows all the shit that goes outside in the club. He's just gotta keep calm about it.
Do we even have one?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's that one guy that he's the one that talks. Yeah, he's the one's he's the one that says Keith Downey, Sky Sports. Oh hi, Steve. No, freaking Zoom call.
Can I just ask, how are we still doing Zoom calls where we have 50,000 people in the ground?
Yeah, isn't it? Absolutely.
They're protecting him from oncoming cabbages being thrown at him in the conference room.
I'm trying to think of the name.
Sorry.
No, go on. Sorry.
I was just going to say in that comment there about Ashley's plan is to take us out of the Premier League so the takeover can happen. That's rubbish because the owners and directors test is the same now
virtually the same, yeah.
in the football league than it is now in the Premier League. So there's no kind of easy way to get through in terms of, especially the being PIF.
I can see Happy Feet's point. But you're absolutely right. It's almost the same. I was going to say, I'm trying to think of the guy. He was on Twitter and he Michael somebody, and he does it like the back room where he's got his headphones on. He's talking to whoever's outside. He did a lot with Trump and that, and he takes a video and he tries to pretend he's telling the guy what to say. And he should do one on Bruce. I can't read his name. He's brilliant. He's really, really funny guy. It'll come to us eventually, the guy's name, but very, very funny man. So, when he says, what you need to say is this. A lot of it was Trump, of course, last year. And Trump, he's going, no, man, he's throwing the script out and getting really angry. Well, you just say this, man. And he doesn't, And he would do a great one on Bruce, just thinking, pretty funny. I can't read his name. It's annoying, but never mind. Oh. Still.
So we've got John waiting in the wings, so that means someone's going to have
I'll go. It's fine. I'll go.
Yeah? Okay.
Are you sure I was going to start trouble?
No, it's fine. I've got to go and feed Gypsy anyway, so it's fine.
Oh, okay.
No worries.
I'll see you all next week. See you later.
Yeah, lovely to see you. You take care.
See you later.
See you in 2 weeks. See you in 2
Bye.
weeks. 2 weeks, because we're not playing next week, thankfully.
Go on, come on Paul's channel. I mean, I wasn't there last week, but yeah.
And now, as we all dim the lights for the sequin suit man himself. There he is.
Jesus, he looks like a beetroot.
I'm going to take a screenshot of that.
No.
Got it.
Done deal.
You got a scarf on your neck, John.
Are you warm, John? Are you warm?
John looks like Steve Bruce when he's really angry.
Looks like Steve Bruce in a kebab shop.
Oh, man.
Yeah, he's stressed out.
I've been only 4 hours today. I thought, well, give myself a rest of it. So I thought I'd come back and say hello to you guys,
Have you been watching Strictly, John?
Yeah, I have actually.
Oh, God.
Dave was recording it and watching it.
Not this Dave, by the way. Level 7 Dave. Well, I can't return it down with you. I don't up too loud. We can get chasing a flag for reaching.
So, what do you think of that rubbish, John?
I'd tell you, I had to take my time off. It was very, very poor today. And look, we could have gone 2-0 down sort of thing before you equalised the goal. But you could have gone 2-1 up before you went 2-1 down. But I thought we were poor today. I thought defensively was shite. I thought Darlow could have done something about the 2 goals. The midfield was awful. I mean, ASM did try, but it wasn't his day. It just wasn't his day. And then,
as well. He's not a striker. He's playing out of position as a lone striker.
Yeah, it's not his position though.
I would say Maxim's. His bread and butter is taking on fullbacks, not centre backs.
Exactly, Ryan. Totally agree. He should be a winger. You know what I mean? You can't play him as a 10 or up front. He has to play wide. But I've noticed as well, and I said this afternoon, you've got no strikers, recognised striker in the team. And that's the problem.
Again.
And this is the problem in Newcastle. They cannot score goals. I mean, you play in place out of position, right? The players aren't happy. I mean, Danielle called it right today. But all the players, they come on the pitch, they all look down. Daniel's correct on that. And, I mean, I have to say, this is going to upset you guys, but I thought Joe Litton did okay today. I might be right. I think he played well.
It wasn't too bad. I mean, his older play was all right again. I mean, the midfield was utter garbage. I thought Hayden had one of his worst games in a Newcastle shirt ever.
Yeah.
Another one out of position, though, Peter.
Yeah.
Well, midfielder then got drifted centre back, didn't he?
Yeah, but look.
Go, John.
What's so funny?
Somebody's got them going.
What the hell, Tango?
We played 4-3-3 today.
You know when you've been tangoed.
It's a soft drink over here, Ryan.
It's like orange Fanta.
It's the orange.
Okay, I knew about that, but what?
We played 4-3-3 today, right? And
For all of 2 minutes.
and then Luke's the first goal. Then he changed it to a 5-4-1, which I just cannot fathom. Can't understand why he did it. Absolutely ridiculous. It really, really is.
He's a monumental
we got to
player.
one down.
There you
go. We should have brought on Gale. Then we'd win 2-1 down. Then what's he going to do? He takes off Managerial and brings on Murphy.
Oh my God, that was stupid.
Should be bringing a goal. He should be getting Gale on. He did a goal and he goes and does that. Steve Bruce should be sacked.
Well, you know what, John? Like, I think maybe you could argue with Mankiel just because he was on a yellow card and protect him, but also we could have found extra substitution if we didn't play an injured Joe Willock.
Yeah, but that's true. I guess you're right, Ryan. I guess that's true. But what he could have done, really, for the last, say, 10 minutes or 15 minutes ago, just go old-fashioned 4-4-2. Just go for it. Just have a real goal. And he chose not to do it. And this is the thing. We're now 7 games without a win, right? 7 wins out of 36 games under Boost, yeah? 23 victories from 84 in his time as Newcastle manager. That should be the sack. He should be sacked. Honestly,
John, it's 8 games without a win because we lost the League Cup game as well.
Look, going way back too, I didn't even want Steve Bruce in the first place. I was like, okay, I'll give him just a chance. But like just by his press conferences, the way we played, I'm like, no, I can't. And it was the final nail in the coffin for me was the 5-0 against Leicester away. Or we lost 5-0. That's when I was like, nah, like I've had enough already. It was like 4 months in. People could say it's like a premature like reaction, like I want him out, but like I don't think any of us wanted him in the first place. Okay, you give him a chance, like some of us would. But then you hear him in his press conferences, you hear him playing players out of position, nicking wins somehow, and performing awful, and then like it just comes to that. Like that's when I had enough of him. And to add especially during COVID too, this guy when Steve Bruce was coming at us, calling us keyboard warriors. Well, it's like, how else are we supposed to voice our opinions? We're the ones stuck.
Histrionic fans as well. Histrionic.
I just see what Warren Barton's just tweeted. I'm just looking at now on the other screen. After the game, I didn't feel anything. It's sad, with a load of angry emojis. Says it all, doesn't it?
That's somebody who wasn't even brought up a Newcastle fan.
I don't know. Fed up, pig sick. I don't know.
The thing is nowadays, guys, right? I will read this comment. I think you might have done it yourself, Jason. I read it to you earlier on. I'm going to read it again for you guys.
Not again.
But I don't know. No, I think you might have read it, but I don't know. But I'll be quick. Wherever you are in the Premier League, if you haven't won in 7 games, we all know the drill. We all know what comes. It's not easy if still disappoints you and upsets you. I look at myself straight away. Can we do better? We can keep working on it. It's too late. The damage is done. What's the point of working on it?
You got all summer to work on it.
Exactly.
He's had 3 years to work on it early, and he hasn't changed one bit.
If he was working on it, he would have been at home actually watching games during the Euros. He would have been in his office all day trying to like prepare for the season, but he was probably on another long vacation, doing nothing, and like literally just.
He's telling us to trust the process, right? He tells us to trust the process, right? And I'm sorry, I'm going to say it because it's not trying to up, but listen, at the end of the day, I'm still someone around the table tell us what is the process. Because I haven't got a clue what the process is.
It's literally just survive relegation every year.
Danielle, if you're still watching, he said
John, are you getting a lot of emails tonight? Because someone's emails going absolutely berserk.
Not guilty.
I haven't seen it.
Okay, we're in there, Ryan.
All right, see you later.
See ya.
Bye.
No.
He's saying he's
that was my dad just saying he's leaving.
Now, I haven't seen the emails, guys. What's this emails going around? I haven't seen it.
Is Juliet not messaging you?
Oh,
I'm back home now, John. I need a rub down.
Oh my god.
I'm back home now, John.
We have 2 weeks before next game, John. Plenty of time. I'll get the baby and the babies.
God.
With baby
But John, the simple answer to trust the process is just to survive relegation. Tell me I'm wrong.
That's all it is.
Right.
That's all it is.
17th is good enough for Ashley and Bruce.
Yep.
And it's an
Not
absolute
my dream.
disaster for us.
Not my dream.
John, why did you have to say that now? Because everyone's saying it.
Everybody's tweeting it now, right? Hashtag trust the post.
Oh, God.
Oh, no.
Hashtag not trust the process.
Well, I'll not be getting that OnlyFans because that's something I don't want to see.
Oh.
Hey, John, he's your manager, not mine.
Yeah, he's your guy. Pick up your guy, Steve.
No. He's your guy, remember?
Not my manager.
If
John,
if Steve Bruce plays a 4-3-3, then big up Steve Bruce.
I was telling numerous times I wanted him out before he even came in.
John,
But you
said it online video.
You said on your own video, big up Steve Bruce.
I meant to say, finally, I've got it wrong. Sorry, I do apologise. I'm quick on time. I'm really sorry, but
Paul's calling you out on that on Monday.
John, it's time to get that shovel and dig that hole in the garden because
he's way past the shovel chip as he's got a JCB, isn't he?
I think Monday night you're going to get absolutely
hammered. Yeah. And we'll be the ones in the chat.
Who's watching on Monday night?
Yes, I will be.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes.
I've got to get Bass as well, by the way. I've got to get some jokes back on him, by the way.
John, you said on Thursday when you were doing your American show, you said, if Steve Bruce went with 4-3-3, I don't like him, but big up my guy, Steve Bruce. That's what you said because I've seen it.
No, I meant to say credit. I meant to say big up. I meant to say credit to them. But honestly, I take it all back, guys.
That's what you said.
I said credit. I meant to say credit,
That's
not big up.
Chippaz, you just looked like Mr. Bean for a second doing that.
Well, like I was a shovel in the ground and the whole getting empty back.
He did play 4-3-3 and then he changed it to 5-4-1, which I just cannot understand for the life of me.
He played 4-3-3 for 5 minutes and that's it.
As soon as the goal went in, he changed it. I mean, that's a sign of somebody who doesn't trust what he's doing.
That says to me he was happy to lose 1-0 rather than go and get anything out of the game.
If he'd kept it and he'd said, "Player, let's change a couple of maybe change the players around or whatever, but keep the same formation," and then if we'd concede another goal, you think, okay, you need to change this because it's not working. But we all know how many times have we said on this channel and other channels we're on, he hasn't got a plan B. He hasn't got a plan A. Exactly. So.
Yeah, his plan A is like it's like it's constructed by a 10-year-old.
Yeah, let's
lose our plans for their kids' toys than Steve Bruce does for the football team.
I'd rather get some pro FIFA player as our manager than Steve Bruce. Sure, he no better tactics than him.
Wouldn't surprise me if he came out with, it's a whole work in progress thing again.
Oh no,
there's positives to come from it.
I'm not a gamer at all, but I was absolutely wetting myself when they showed that clip of whichever one it was about when.
Oh, that FIFA.
Almond got a penalty or something again, and he beat the team on it. And again, there's no way.
I shared it to Chippaz on Twitter. Yeah,
there's no way he could run that. Can he run? I don't know, but
there's no way on earth he's that thin. He's not Jesus. He's like a twig on it.
And then Alan St. Maximum quoted the tweet. He's like, "You guys are going to give me 91 pace, but Steve Bruce has 99."
No, he hasn't.
God.
I don't know.
Pete, you got any of those tactics sheets ready to rip up yet?
Oh, I have brought them out for ages, man.
Peter, I know you play FIFA.
He doesn't do tactics, does he?
Peter, I know
Doesn't
you
do
play,
much really.
No.
Yeah, you were saying right.
I know you play FIFA, Peter, but like, have you seen the play ratings for Newcastle this year? A bunch of
I've seen
a lot of silver
yeah.
players.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Literally, they got 3 and 4s out of 10s today. You know.
Well, Dubravka got downgraded just because he was injured most last season. Alan St. Maximum got downgraded too.
Gold. Really?
I bet that would be terrible to play with them on the game.
So what we're going to do, Jason?
How long we giving him?
10-20 minutes.
I wouldn't even give him that. I would give him 5. I wouldn't even give him. I would give him 22:02 tonight. 4 seconds. 3 seconds.
Troll.
Well, 15 seconds exactly.
Yeah.
John.
Sorry. What was that, lads? I didn't hear you.
How long are you giving him?
John, what are you watching? Come on. Italian the football.
No, finished about 20 minutes ago.
How long are you giving Bruce before he's got to go?
I would have given where he should have gone is to go, but for me, you should be sat tonight. But I tell you what, for me personally, get him out now. I do not want to see him after Spurs. But realistically, now let's be real. Get him out now, lads. Sorry, get him out now.
You should have went after the Brighton game last season, frankly, because that was.
Oh my god,
that was
a fucking disgrace, man. Both performances.
Should have gone after the 5-0 Leicester.
Today literally felt like the Brighton away game last season.
Oh my god, Brighton away, man. That gives me freaking nightmares. Oh no, same with the home game where freaking Lamptey freaking turned into Cafu that game.
Yeah.
Oh yes, I remember that.
Remember, he was absolutely mint.
I remember I saw the first game against Chelsea that he played. I'm like, oh my god, this guy's going to be a threat. Let's lock him down. And we played like 4-3-3 that game, but our left side had no clue which one to mark him, and he was just terrorizing us.
Yeah.
That worked every single time.
Pete, how long do you give him?
Give Danielle.
see your post. Well, it was just going to just fuck off. That was just
exactly.
Fuck off.
Yeah. I mean, frankly, we've said it for so long now, and I don't hate the man. I don't know him, and apparently, outside of football, he's quite a decent bloke, and that's fine. But I'm afraid decent blokes don't win anything. Don't win anything. You know, it's a lot of things I said last year when we're clapping for the wonderful NHS. Claps don't pay bills. Being a decent bloke doesn't mean you're a good manager.
No, definitely not.
So,
what's going on about? Because Owen said we're going to survive, and now he's saying he needs to go if we've got a chance of survival. So he's contradicting himself.
I can see where he's come from. He's right what he's saying. That, you know, I'm not sure what he meant was if Bruce stays, will we stay by the skin of our teeth? I don't know. Maybe he can.
We're done. We're not set up this season with this manager here.
We've rode well for the last 2 seasons, John, and this is the season we're getting found out.
Yeah.
The first season was a bunch of 1-0.
Dave, I agree with you totally. I mean, at the end of the day, you talk about being found out. He's being found out right away because the bottom line is he just simply ain't good enough. Really, I mean, look at the fixtures in December. Look at the next 6 games we got before that. We are done.
Yeah, but Ryan's right what he's just said. Last season we got a bunch of 1-0s, sneaky 1-0s. That got up to
season before that too.
Yeah, exactly. And you can't go on like that. And I think certainly for me last season there was times when you're thinking, do you know what? We're actually playing better than we're who are scoring. We're not doing that this year.
No.
You know, we've had a couple of spells and a couple of the games we think, yeah, that's all right. A low bar again. But you can't go on like this anymore. We really can't.
No.
I'm just hoping for some big reaction from the fans at Spurs because I want to see protests. I mean, obviously, like this is me wanting it. I can't do anything about it. Most I can do is just be online.
Yeah.
I didn't really hear much from the fans today. I think they've all accepted the fate.
I think John made a good point that like there's too many separate groups. Like everyone just needs to be one.
Yeah, but I think you're absolutely right, Ryan. I think one of the problems is when you reckon, is it true? I don't know, but what you're told that on Twitter, it's only about 4% of the fan base. So
yeah, that's a good point.
There's another 2 or 3% or whatever it is on Facebook and other social media platforms.
Yeah.
You got them all together, yes. You're only talking about maybe 25-30% of the fan base. So getting a protest together to work is always going to be hard. And there's so many factions, you know, and all the stupid infighting we've had, you know, and all the rows that have been going on. It's pathetic, you know, that we all support the same club. So, you know, it doesn't matter who's on Twitter, what podcast it is, what journalist it is, for fuck's sake, get together and get this monumental bellend out of the bloody club, because if he doesn't, we're going to drift into bloody obscurity.
Well, what about Gallagher flags? They always come out with like big flags, like most games. Like, why isn't there anything special there yet?
Well, was that war flags? I mean, they walked away. They walked away. They had enough, and they said, "I'm going to do it anymore." So they
don't even go to games anymore.
No, I think whether the lads themselves go, probably they do. I don't know.
You had those few flags outside of the stadium, but they refused to step foot inside the stadium.
Yeah, I mean, when Holly Blesser did that thing to London last month, the month before, the big flag that was a war flag, or whatever you call it.
See, I think maybe she should be the heart of the protest, because she already got like how many people were like 100 people with her in London, a few hundred.
Yeah, just over 100, I think. Yeah.
Okay, well that could easily multiply if everyone gets on board, I guess.
Well, you're absolutely right. I think that it should happen, but
I think there's too much talk and no walk the walk almost too.
Yeah, that's a fair point. But I just worry that about having a protest. If the young knobheads at Man United who last year broke in and stopped the game against Liverpool, and now it was said it was his ODM, naughty boys, let's sort it out and play the game tomorrow. Can you imagine if we did that? You know, the way the Premier League have
we're already targets in the league, so we can't. We can't.
I mean, not just us. I think if any other club did it, there would be no matter. It would be bedlam. It would be points deduction and fines and whatever else.
Yep.
But the big six do it. They're going, no, don't stop.
Yeah, they got a fine, and like other teams will get a points deduction.
Yeah.
I mean, who's the last Premier League team to get a points deduction? You guys know?
Spurs. Well, they got done for irregularity payments. They got a 12-point deduction, and then they appeal against it, and they got all their points back.
Oh right. Oh.
Yeah, I feel like Premier League's evolved now, so like it'll just. I just feel like we just get a points deduction and we wouldn't be able to fight it off.
Jason, I'm going to shoot because we've been on over 2 hours and I'm starting to feel a bit tired.
Yeah. Call it there. Break for the international. Then we return. Then we return with Spurs.
I'm so excited, man. I'm freaking excited. Tuesday night against Mexico.
I'm so disinterested with England at the minute. I don't even know who we're playing. Who we're playing the next 2 games?
Andorra and someone else.
Oh wow!
I'm
probably going to be on Discord with American Steve watching some CONCACAF games.
Yeah, I think I'm sorting my sock drawer out that night. I think.
So what we're going to be saying for Spurs, I guess. Are we going to get anything? Are we going to see any improvement? Are we going to see a new manager?
You know what? After the game, I was thinking of a draw, but now think of it now. I think it's going to be like
not a defeat.
I'm going to say 3-1 Spurs.
As it stands,
I'd go exactly the same, right?
Yeah,
3-1 Spurs.
As it stands, I'll probably.
I mean, can you imagine if we get a new manager? Imagine if we sack Bruce and get a new manager. Like the St. James's will be bouncing too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
especially against an out of form team like Spurs too. Like they haven't done great this season. No, they've been scraping wins.
They're a top 6 side though. Don't forget.
No.
How are they a top 6 side? Come on, lads, tell me. How are they?
Their stadium. That's why, and their owner. He's more interested in the NFL games in the Premier or in England than he is of his own team.
Mm-hmm. I don't know.
John, what do you reckon?
I've got to say Tottenham again. 3-1 Spurs. I agree. 3-1 Spurs. Harry Kane too.
For me, that's just a soft prediction. I'll give my concrete one.
Bless you.
A few days following up to see if there's any news, or just anything between the two teams to see if anything happens. But as of now, my soft prediction: 3-1 Spurs.
Okay.
Yeah, so far on the same line. 3-1 Spurs.
Just goes to show that if we lose and you've only got Palace, Leeds, and Southampton, if they were to pick up a win, there'd be already a 6-point gap.
6 points ahead, yeah.
From the relegation zone.
The thing is, though, Jason, I'm not surprised. I'm expecting this. I'm not surprised at all. Then again, if you don't start well, that's what's going to happen, isn't it? We haven't started well. We haven't won any games. Yeah, we got to concentrate on our own affairs. The rest of them don't do it. Do want to stay in this league. But for us, we just haven't been good enough. We're poor. Simple as that. I mean, we can't score goals. We can't defend, right? You consider what we've got the worst defense in the league, or apart from Norwich. And listen, at the end of the day, we need to fix up, and we're not fixed up. Maybe, like I said, sack Steve Bruce straight away. That is at least half the problem gone on away. Ryan just said that. We get a new manager like Eddie Howe, the place will be bouncing.
Yeah.
It's painful to know that we've got to that stage already. That we're in 19th in the league, -8 on goal difference.
Yeah.
It only takes Palace, Leeds, and Southampton to win, and we're already 6-point gap in the behind.
Then you've got to win 3 or 4 games on the bounce, which he's never done ever in his managerial career.
No.
And they've got to lose. You know,
we need to pick up points now.
Yeah, absolutely. You know.
When's the next international break after this one? Is it in November?
Yeah, we've got one in November, yeah.
Is it another 2-week one?
Most
likely. I think it's normal, isn't it? It's about 8 days, isn't it, when they're away? So you lose one Saturday, like we normally do, but they've got 2 games over that sort of 10-day period.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
that's another holiday for Bruce. I mean, God.
Oh yeah.
Then
it'd be off on his Christmas.
Like I said, I don't want to hear anything about Newcastle unless it's Steve Bruce getting sacked for the next week or two. I'm focused on Canada now. I could care less about any other thing that our club has besides Steve Bruce getting sacked.
Or the takeover happening, which never happened. So if it does happen, it'll be the new year before it happens. If it does happen.
I've just been ignoring that until I finally
you said
a concrete answer on what's actually going to happen.
I'm just focused on what's on the pitch right now, to be honest.
Yeah.
And there's fuck happening on the pitch as well.
That's true.
Right, guys, I'll let you get off.
Yeah, brilliant.
Thanks for having me on, Jason.
Yeah, thanks
just
a lot.
coming on.
No problem.
See ya.
See everybody in the chat. Take care.
See you later.
Take care, lads. See you later.
See you, bye.
Hi, everybody.
So there you have it. Starts with depression, ends with even more depression. had more guests than usual this time around, so I'm going to have to add their channels and Twitters in this description. But do go and check everyone out. Subscribe to those of their channels as well. Thanks for coming on, guys. Like, subscribe, share it about as well. Help the channel grow. Thanks to everyone that came on. There won't be a live next weekend because I don't cover the internationals. I really can't be asked with them. So the next live show will be on after the Spurs game. So yeah, and I'll try and find something to. I might do a Q&A or something during the international break just to put some content out. But until then, follow me on Twitter. You'll see my name down there. And yeah, catch you later. Take care, guys. Bruce out. He really needs to go.